Alright, so what's the deal, YouTube? Welcome back to Hard Hitting Sports. We are talking about the Patriots, we're talking about the Panthers, and we got a long, hard look at the Panthers and the Patriots. We got about three quarters worth of look at both the offenses and the defenses, and the Panthers offense has some serious holes from the way that I look at it. Cam Newton didn't look like Cam Newton. I still think he has an issue with that ankle. I think he got sacked like 3 times in that first quarter or the first half. 2 of them was by Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones coming up with some big sacks. The other one was by Rob Ninkovich, another big time sack. I'm not like. A lot of people get on these mics, man, and they get on these mics and they know the names perfectly, or they know what's going on perfectly. They can recite these stats perfectly, but I feel like it's unauthentic when you get on the mic and read off of a fucking paper. Like there's some things I will recite, but I feel like any dummy can read off of a paper. I try to watch the game and just give my point of view from what I've seen instead of reciting from papers and shit like that. But yeah, man. I mean, Kimbrough Tompkins showing that he could get separation. He looks like he's going to be the main target in this offense, unless they, of course, when they get Gronkowski back, Gronkowski will probably be the featured receiver because he's by far the best receiving target Tom Brady has. But yeah, Kimbrough Tompkins, looks like he has made some progress throughout this offseason, and he looks like he will be a target for Tom Brady in this offense. On the other hand, Cam Newton, I feel sorry for him. I feel like the Panthers don't really like him that much. When you take a quarterback who just took your team to a playoffs, and you get rid of every single weapon that he had, and makes him get used to an entire. And you can say, well, his wide receivers weren't that great to begin with. You could say that. You can make that argument. But the fact of the matter is, it's getting used to those targets. It's knowing how they come out of their breaks. It's them having the familiarity with you, especially when you have a quarterback like a Cam Newton who moves. It's knowing what to do when you've got a quarterback like that. And it's I don't know. I don't know if the Panthers are gonna have such a great season this year, which is why I don't remember if I put them on one of my. They're not on my most overrated teams because the average sports broadcaster can look at this offense and tell that it's going to have issues unless they can come out and establish the run and pound teams. This will be a team that will have some serious issues unless Kelvin Benjamin and the tight end, I forget his name, the kid from the University of Miami. Unless those 2 guys can really stand up and really give Cam Newton some targets, it's going to be a problem. And you're depending on a rookie and a tight end to be your main threats. It's going to be a real issue unless they can. I still don't understand why they didn't go after Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson would have made a lot of sense, even though he would have been it would have been his first year as a Carolina Panther. He still would have given you the opportunity to rip a hole over the top of defenses. He would have took a number 1 cornerback and the safety off the top, and he would have allowed Jeremy Shockey, that's his name. He would have allowed Jeremy Shockey to work the middle of the defense. It would have made a lot of sense to go get Deshaun Jackson for this Panther team. I don't understand why they didn't go aggressively after him. I think he would have been a better fit in Carolina than he would have been in Washington. Washington would have still been fine with Garcon and the kid that they picked up from the Arizona Cardinals. They would have still been fine. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Drop your comments. A little bit long video, almost 5 minutes, but whatever. I had a lot to say about this game. Peace.